numbers. Like Edgar always says, like, numbers don't lie. So just showing the numbers that, like, okay, Matt got 50 door knocks this day, but Emmanuel got 78. 78 isn't necessarily, like, better than your 50 if you're talking to more people and getting on more roofs.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Rewind Podcast. I am the co-host, Matt Martinez. Great backup, call me Nick Foles. This is Edgar, your full-time host. And we've got a special guest with us today, Gracie Bolin.
Yeah, Gracie, our inside sales. But no, just to break the ice a little bit, warm up a little bit, whatnot. I'm going to ask a few questions, and then we just kind of build off of that. So, if you could describe your role in one word, what would it be, Gracie?
I'd say either communication or organization. I spend a lot of time, like, talking to homeowners and everyone on the team, but I'm also super organized with everything that I do, so either one of those, yeah.
Okay, nice. What do you think, Matt? If you could describe her role in one word.
Communication. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she hit that on the head. That's exactly what she does. She keeps up the communication, not just with the homeowners, but between the team as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. I think we can probably say more than one word just because you do a lot within the company. But yeah, communication has been a major one where we're, all in sync and kind of talking through mostly you dinging everybody.
Another one would probably be scheduling or schedule.
Yeah.
She keeps us all on a good schedule and make sure that everything's in our Google Calendar. When we ask or even when we forget to ask, it's already in there. So, I mean, she's phenomenal.
Yeah, I would agree. Next one. Who's more competitive, the field team or the inside sales? So that'd be who's more competitive, you or Matt?
I think I am.
Yeah, I feel like I go both ways. Like, he has to be out in the field and push all the sales reps to, like, door knock and get leads and stuff. But in my role, like, I'm pushing everybody to do what they need to do to get the leads to go through to production.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, I think I say me just because, I think I have like a team of guys that we're pushing each other constantly. Like when one of my guys gets an inspection or a lead, I'm like, well, I need to get one. I need to get two. Mm-hmm. And I know our other guys, they're the same way. Like they're so driven that it's super competitive out there between each other.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. I think it's goes hand in hand, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I think you guys have like the big brother, little sister kind of,
Absolutely.
competitive
that dynamic
in the background. You guys will never see that, but they get competitive. The next one. What's the funniest customer moment you've had recently and or challenging moment? Let's keep it positive.
Yeah, let's do so. I got a funny one.
you can go first.
Okay. So when we were out in the field knocking doors, one of the homeowners who answered, he was Russian and he only spoke Russian. And, normally most of the time it's Spanish. And so thankfully, I'll have somebody with me that can speak Spanish and translate for me, but neither one of us could speak Russian. And it was me and I think actually John Cuddy that was there at the door that day, and the Russian guy, and all three of us were just trying to communicate with each other. And it was just this circle of just none of us could understand what the other one was saying. And I just ended like, have a great day. And like I was like, I don't know how to end this, man. Like I don't know what to do.
Away.
Yeah, just had to walk away.
What do you do there?
So that was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sure there's other ones.
Oh yeah,
yeah. When it comes to homeowners, Gracie.
Probably most recent was an Angie's lead. I called them to set up an inspection because they asked for a roof inspection, and I like double checked the name, double checked the phone number. And all the information, and it was the same address and everything. But he said that he never submitted a request for work on Angie's lead, and he had no idea what I was talking about. So I just kept trying to talk to him and be like, well, have you had your roof inspected? Have you had anything done? And he was like, no, I've never had anything done. But then when I asked him if he wanted to set up an inspection, he was like, no. So
I feel like we get a lot of those on there. It's a hit or miss. You know, like the most recent one last week. Nobody looks at the address, but then we show up and there's a massive roof.
Yeah.
It's a hit or miss. I think we get a lot of those that, you know, I've had roofing crews reach out through that, and it's like, oh, do you have work? I'm like, no, we don't have work.
Yeah.
Do you need a roof? Yeah. Those are pretty good ones. So I guess before we move on to the rest of the questions, Gracie, I mean, the point of the podcast, a lot of, you know, the rewind and everything. Tell us a little bit about your background. Like what has your you know, your upbringing? I know you did athletics in high school. You're from Frederick. Just shoot.
background about myself. I grew up in Thornton and then my family moved to Frederick in, I don't know the year. I was in 5th grade. It was like the second semester of 5th grade. So I finished high school at Frederick High School. I graduated a year early. Kind of top of my class, not like number 1, but definitely I think top 20 of my class. So that was kind of cool.
I'm sure that was a lot of work though. Like was it something that you aspired to do when you were, you know, did you see that as a competition, or was it just, you were just trying to achieve something?
It wasn't really like a competition or anything. I'm the kind of person, I don't like school. So like I did really good in school. I think my GPA was 4.0, and I took college classes and I was in the biomedical field, or biomedical program my high school offered. But graduating early, high school wasn't really for me, and I knew that like I'd get approved for it because I was a good student. So I don't really have a reasoning behind it other than I just wanted to be done in school.
Yeah. So you didn't you weren't pursuing any career. You kind of just got in the workforce, and then what?
Straight out of high school, I did want to be a biomedical scientist, just to kind of follow up with what I did in high school. I started college. I did ASU online that was offered through my last job. And then after the first semester, I was like, this is not something that I want to do. So I dropped out of college, and then I kind of just started applying for jobs everywhere, and I luckily just got this job.
Yeah, during that process, I guess we never have talked about it. Like, what were your interests when you were looking for jobs? Like, what different, I guess, industries were you looking into? Was it specifically roofing? Was it, like, what was it? And then what attracted you to want to apply with us?
I don't think I ever really looked for like a certain industry or anything. I just wanted a challenge, just because like I don't like consistency or anything like that. Like I want to always be pushed, and that's something that you do. Like you're always adding more to my workload, which is nice. Yeah, I think that answers the question.
Yeah, I guess you weren't looking for anything specific. Were there any other like positions or jobs that you were kind of intrigued by before pulling the trigger on this one?
My last job, I was a shift supervisor at a coffee shop, and I was kind of looking at more things like that with better pay than what I had before. So I applied for a lot of those just because I had the requirements and everything, and like the background. But like when I started to think about it more and I talked to my parents about it, they kind of wanted me to push myself into like a better career than just working at a coffee shop. So that's when I kind of started to move towards like other, I guess, like career worthy jobs. Not saying that like working at a coffee shop isn't career worthy, but I just wanted something that was more of a push and like change.
Yeah.
I definitely understand that, because I mean I was kind of in the same boat when when I pulled the trigger to come work at Virtuous with Edgar and John, and having a background in food and retail and everything. I was a manager, supervisor, and stuff, so I had that background. So this was like a complete change for me too, and it's just crazy because like I think about when you and John were kind of recruiting me and talking to me about it, and I just was like, all right, I'm doing it. And I kept calling John. I was like, hey, when we can do the interview, let's do the interview, let's do it, I'm ready, let's do it, man. And it's Yeah, I think a lot of people who come into the industry don't have a background in construction or anything. Some of them do, some of them don't. But I think a lot of people who come from that kind of customer service industry know how to communicate, lead a team,
Mhm.
and everything. I think they do really well in this
Yeah.
industry.
Well, both of you have backgrounds in management or, supervising like positions coming here. And I think you guys have used some of those skills to kind of, or I guess to succeed in this industry, in my opinion. And I see the strengths. And that's where I kind of, when you came on, just so you guys know, she came in as an account manager, independent, no commission, basically commission only. She was required to, get in the field, knock doors, do this, do everything that we do. And I guess that's one of the things that's gonna come up. But yeah, she was very optimistic about the position, and we talked about it, and you were at the beginning kind of like you didn't. It was during winter one, and you and two other people joined at the same time. Two of them aren't with us anymore, but you stuck around, and I think we found. I kind of saw the skills that you brought or that you had, and so I was like, how do we build off of your skills so the rest of the team can benefit? And that was my thought. I was like, okay, well, we're going to create a position for that. And that's when I presented it to you and you were like, yeah. And then ever since you're like killing it. So I guess tell us a little bit about that transition. When you first started, was it anything what you expected to be? And then has the transition from the beginning stages, just like Matt, has it transformed into something that look forward to, I guess?
Starting as the account manager where I had to like go out in the field and get leads and do inspections and stuff. I guess I was like optimistic about it and I didn't like I knew what I wanted for myself and I told myself that like I wanted the push and I wanted to have to, I guess, work for what I earned. I think which is why I was okay with being a commission only person. Um And I liked being an account manager. Like I liked doing I love getting on roofs. I know a lot of people
Yeah,
are
ninja.
scared of that, but like doesn't really matter like the slope of the roof. Like I'm not scared to get up on the roof, which I think is beneficial. But I guess the part where I struggled was like talking to homeowners and stuff, like face to face and like convincing them to let me do the inspection. And I think the biggest challenge that I faced while being an account manager was, I guess, convincing homeowners to let this really small lady on their roof just because, like, you don't see very many women in this kind of industry. So I think that was my biggest challenge that I had to, like, find a way to work around.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I also struggled to, like, generate leads, but it was also the winter, like you said, and it was snowy and cold and everybody was stressed out about the holidays and stuff like that. So I kind of understood that. But transitioning into the inside sales position, I agree with you. Like, I was happy when you presented the position and kind of talked to me about it just because, like, you took the skills that I had, like you said, and you formed a position for me. And, like, as an employee, from like, my point of view, I think that was pretty awesome that you, rather than, like, either, I guess, firing me or, like, pushing me to do the account manager position, you found a way to take my skills and put it into something that I could like succeed at and excel in. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Well, and what's crazy about that is like I can see, I'm sure Edgar can too, like the management and retail experience, all those skills that you kind of brought over, like with the scheduling and keeping us accountable, staying on time, meeting deadlines and everything. We can like see how all of those skills transferred from your previous position to now, and it's for me it's just awesome to see because being having a similar background as you, I've developed a lot of those skills as well, but seeing you, how much you've refined and developed those skills better than I have or could ever dream of, I think has been awesome to see. Because again, you help us out a lot and you do so much for the team and the company.
Yeah. And I think it is really cool to see all of that with both of you guys working in those leadership positions. And as we continue to push for growth, I mean, we're approaching the end of the season in the next 2 months, 3 months. But for us, I mean, it doesn't mean we slow down. It just means we work harder, we work through winter, we do what we have to do to be successful.
This means our schedules change a little bit.
But yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I mean, like you said, it was a perfect fit. Like that's all I can think about. I was like, every area that we struggled in when it came to the sales position, the account management, there were so many gray areas within even job carts in AccuLinks when, going through AccuLinks and stuff. And like you could see the progress that it's been following up with homeowners, checking in with homeowners, giving them updates, automations, like you name it. It's been a lot of your work, and it goes to show that you care. Not just about the homeowner, but you care about the team succeeding as well. And that's why we are very thankful that you do all that. But with that being said, I guess we'll move on to the competitive drive. So what originally drew you into the inside sales? Was it the challenge, the people, or the pace?
I'd say honestly more of like the challenge and pace aspect of it. Like I said before, like I always like having something new to do, which is like you always have more things for me to do. And you're always adding more to my plate, which a lot of people probably don't like, but I do. Just because I like the challenge and like responsibility of things. And then the pace. I like how like my days are filled. I don't really have like a whole lot of like free time. Between like emailing homeowners and following up on emails, calling insurance companies and the homeowners, trying to generate more leads that isn't just by door knocking. So I guess I just like the challenge and how quickly things move through. And like there are some jobs that take forever to get through, mainly just because of insurance and trying to like see eye to eye with them, get the most out of the homeowner's claim. But like once we get past that point, it's pretty quick to get everything closed out and stuff. So
Yeah, it's a struggle with insurance companies. I wish that we can turn over homeowners just so fast. I mean, we've done retail work where we'll sign a job, this week, and then we're already building in, the next week, and then we're collecting it fast. With some of these insurance jobs, we're having to do all this kind of work with.
It can be a lengthy process.
Yeah, I mean,
So
some
some of
jobs
those
have taken so long.
Some jobs it is a pretty quick turnaround, you know what I mean? But other jobs it's their insurance is fighting us at every step, or
Wow.
even materials being out of stock and whatnot. Like there's so many different complications that can happen that it keeps you on your toes and make sure you have to be hemmed into exactly what is going on with your job, or else
Right.
you're gonna fail.
Yeah, it's you deal with a lot of that. So you pick up a lot of slack when it comes to, not even slack, just the communication with insurance companies. Sometimes like we're, as busy as can get in the field. So you're helping in the inside world, contacting insurance companies. Last week, for example, you went ahead and dealt with I would say major problem. This homeowner owed us like $27,000. The job had been open for over a year. There's a whole thing about depreciation not being released. The homeowner's trying to close out the job. We're trying to close out the job, and it's a whole mess. But you went, and this is where we talk about like the self-sufficient, person that you are, is you went into the job card not knowing who this homeowner was. Even before you were here, that was a homeowner we had last year. And you went in, read all the messages, put pieces together, and you kind of just took it by the wings, and then you collected half of that money, but now you're working with the insurance. So that goes to show that you're filling those gaps that we so desperately needed. And I'm sure you can attest to it. I know John and I were, Alex are very happy that you're able to help in those areas, because we do care about the homeowner experience. And I mean, we preach it when we have meetings and stuff. And so when we don't perform to the level that we talk to each other to perform for the homeowner, and we fail, I mean, I feel like
If you feel like crap, yeah. And I think another thing too that you've done that has helped us out tremendously is getting us involved in different events, like different chamber of commerce and everything. Like I remember a while ago, months ago, Edgar was like, Matt, you know, you need to start going to these events. You need to put yourself out there, you know, represent the company a little bit more. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I just didn't have time, or rather, you know, I didn't, you know, make time to do that. But you've kind of filled that gap, and, you know, you put it on a schedule like, hey, Matt, you're going to this event. There's this event. Do you want to go? Let's go. You know, so you've definitely helped us out in that aspect. And we've got a lot of business and meat from that, or even just I've made a tons of connections in those events. Like, I've been insurance agents, real estate agents, like a bunch of people from those kind of things that you've kind of put onto my plate for me that I didn't really have time or didn't make time to do before.
Yeah, agreed. So the next question, where do you think your competitive drive comes from? Sports, family, or just natural ambition?
I'd say probably all of the above in like different aspects of it. So like sports, I have a background in competitive dance. So like I know a lot of people don't see that as a sport, but I do.
Yeah.
Along with like the rest of the people in the world that dance. Um,
What kind of dance, like, is there like different types of, I'm sure like,
Is it like the Abby Lee Miller kind of like competitive?
yeah, a little bit. So there's like ballet, point, jazz, lyrical, contemporary, tap, hip hop, musical theater. Just a ton of different categories. And like you go to competitions, you compete against other like dance companies, and you compete against your teammates and stuff like that. So I guess just finding a way to have like healthy competition was nice, and like knowing that like, yes, I want to win, but if I'm competing against like one of my friends from my company, but like I can't be rude about it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna try as hard as I can to beat them, but that's just how it is.
do they like rank you guys when you're in a, like if you're in a team, do they have like the number 1, 2, 3 dancer, or like how does that work?
So they give off awards. So like platinum is usually the best award you can get, and then there's high gold, gold, rose gold, and things like that. So like platinum's the highest, and I think rose gold's the lowest. I don't know, it's been a while, but you get, usually there's 3 judges, and they all just like watch the routine, they record it, they give you feedback, and then at the end they kind of score you and then compare all the scores to the rest of the routines. Yeah.
That's a lot. So you have to perform in front of your group, and then they vote, I'm assuming that's how it works.
Yeah, so like there's 3 judges, and then it's usually like in a high school auditorium and stuff. So like there's other parents, other dancers, like everybody's watching. So like it's a big crowd. It's like going to like, I don't know if you guys have been, but like downtown during Christmas they do like Nutcracker, or there's like Swan Lake and things like that, other productions.
I don't think I've been. I haven't been, but I've heard.
It's kind of like a sports game. Like if you go to a baseball game, there's a ton of like fans watching you. There's people from the other team that are there rooting against you.
I was gonna say, it reminds me of like the kind of the way you're describing it reminds me of like wrestling in high school and stuff like that, where it's you have individual competitions on mats all over, and you have the home crowd, the away crowd.
That's
and,
exactly.
Yeah, and you have the other opposing team watching your match. They're screaming at you, and it's just like, it's like, well, if it's 1v1, that's the show.
I'd say the only difference really between like wrestling and competitive dance, I mean, there's tons of differences, but the biggest one would probably be like wrestling, people are like verbally rooting against you, like they're screaming at you. They're like fingers crossed praying that you lose, things like that. But dance, like, it's great. Jesus. It's just really healthy competition. Like everybody's rooting for you. Like if you do something cool in your routine, like everybody cheers, not just like the
Oh, really?
company that you're with. Yeah.
See,
Okay, so it's not.
That's a huge difference to me, because like whether it was like football, wrestling, or any sport that I've played, it's been like the opposing crowd and like the other teammates and stuff. The opposing team is mean and rude and vicious. You know what I mean? Like they want you to die. You know, like if they could have you die, they would. And so it's crazy how like almost like toxic that can get. But at the same time, it like for me, it like fueled me.
Yeah.
It's like they want to see me fail and lose, and then when I don't,
They won't see that.
exactly.
Yeah. And so that's where you would say all your ambition comes from, is just sports. What about your family? Like I've heard a little bit about your family, but how did that, I'm sure they are the ones that introduced you to dancing and probably any other sports that you did growing up.
I'm not really gonna get into this, but the other sport that I did, I have a black belt in karate. That was kind of something that my parents pushed me into. And then I think dance kind of came from me. Like I wanted to dance because I always saw it on TV and I always looked up to them.
Yeah.
Bailey Miller.
No, I never
Oh.
watched Dance Moms. No.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sorry, there's a TV show about dance competitions called Dance Moms, and like the host or like the coach or whatever was Abby Lee Miller. And so my mom used to watch that like religiously when I was a kid. And so I would just, there was only one TV, so I would just watch whatever she was watching.
Yeah.
You enjoyed it.
Dude, I enjoyed it, dude. Abby Lee Miller, she was vicious. It reminded me of my football coaches. She was mean.
Yeah, that's funny. Black belt. So you have a mean round kick.
And how
Assuming. Yeah, that's a miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. You do?
I mean, maybe not anymore. That was a long time ago, but
Yeah. We should see how high you can kick. You know, like.
Put an apple on my head.
okay, well, if you take that and then dance, like I could get my leg up pretty high.
I feel like she'd like kick me in the throat.
On purpose.
Yeah. And now you can't talk. Oh, it's quiet in the office.
That's funny. And so your parents got you involved in that as well. So I guess tell us a little bit about your parents. I know you've talked about your parents and you do seek their advice. Even when you took this position, I remember maybe, yeah, you did. And so how do they, have, I guess they're your parents, but you know what I mean? Like, just tell us a little bit about that.
My parents have been probably my biggest support system for my 19 years alive. Also my brother, but
Sorry, you just 19. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They've pretty much always supported everything I've done, and I think they like the way they raised me. They let me make mistakes so I can learn from them rather than being like, no, you can't do that. Like if I do something over and over and over again, they might step in, but for the most part, they let me learn from like my experiences, and I feel like that's played a really big role in like the person that I am today. I look up to my mom a lot.
Mhm.
She's been through a lot. Like she fought off cancer. She's cancer free now. She moved here. She moved here from Taiwan when she was like 6 months old. And I guess just comparing the person she was before I was born and then the person that she is today, I want to be like my mom.
Yeah.
So
I think that's an awesome thing.
yeah.
It's great to have those kind of role models in your life, especially when it is your parents. I feel like for a lot of people, it can or can't be, it's 50-50, but I think it's amazing when it can be a pair.
Yeah. And then my brother, he's 21. We're exactly, they're 18 or 19 months apart. He was born April 8th of 2004. I was November 8th, 2005. So we've been pretty close. We kind of had the like sibling hatred towards each other growing up, like especially once we hit like the teenage ages. But I'd say we're pretty close now, especially now that he's in Fort Collins for college and I'm down here. We don't see each other all that often. He also seeks for advice from me all the time, which is very comforting.
Yeah.
But I think that's also a part where I got my like drive and competitiveness. Is that a word?
Competitive, yeah.
Just because I guess in the most healthy way possible, I've always wanted to be better than him. And I haven't really learned from many of his mistakes because all the mistakes that I wish he made, I made, and he's learned from me. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Matt's an only child. But he's had a lot of really close friends, and I think the sibling competitiveness also brings something out of you. I'm sure you had a lot of brothers that weren't blood growing up.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, you're still friends with a lot of them.
Oh, I know. I'm
And
pretty much everyone I've made that like
Yeah.
brother connection with. We're still, best friends to this day.
but for you, it's awesome that your family has such a big role in your growing up and your career and everything that you do. The competitive drive, I mean, you see it. I see it all the time. I see the discipline when there's an athlete. I mean, everybody here has played sports. I think John is the only one that didn't play sports. He plays the most athletic or unathletic person I've ever met. Oh yeah, he did horses.
Just horses. So it's a sport.
That is a dangerous sport.
Yeah,
When he's riding horses, doing
yeah. But yeah, like
stuff. But everybody played sports.
Yeah, like you said, that he's the most athletic looking person.
Yeah, it's crazy. But he can ride horses for days.
Yeah.
Love you, John. And I guess we'll move on to the next question, unless you want to, say anything about that. Do you want to take on the next ones?
Sure. Where are we at?
How do you channel your competitive?
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So, Gracie, how do you channel your competitiveness in a way that helps the whole team win? Sorry, I get sucked into the conversation.
I hear you.
Probably being on top of you guys to, like, do your jobs. Like, sometimes it was a little frustrating, if I'm being honest. But I guess, like, pushing communications between you guys, so responding to my messages or responding to Alex or each other. Another big one is, like, getting back to Ryan, who works, like, our supplement department. Like, if you're not responding to him, the insurance process is going to take a lot longer than it has to. I also enjoy comparing numbers with the team. So we have behind the cameras, we have our daily sales statistics sheet that I keep track of. It kind of just breaks down, like, how many doors you guys knocked, how many inspections, adjustments, contracts, the value of your contracts, how much AR you've collected, things like that. So I guess just, like, showing you guys the numbers, like Edgar always says, like, numbers don't lie. So just showing the numbers that, like, okay, Matt got 50 door knocks this day, but Emmanuel got 78. 78 isn't necessarily, like, better than your 50 if you're talking to more people and getting on more roofs. So I guess just going off things like that, and then also documenting numbers to look back at. So, like, before, I had a bunch of papers lined up on this wall with, like, your daily numbers or your weekly numbers, just to compare, like, to the week before or to the week after, just so you can see, like, where you need to grow or where you're excelling and things like that. So
Yeah, I think those metrics are so important. I think at the beginning when you first started, and just kind of go off of what you're saying, the numbers don't lie. I mean, if we look at trends of weeks, that we are out executing our jobs individually, like, you see numbers go skyrocket. You start seeing contracts come in, you start seeing this, and then there's a week where somewhere, not everybody gets out or whatever happens, and then you see those numbers dip, and then you see the consistency. So it's either you have a really good week prospecting, which converts into solid contracts, and then you keep that going. But I think there's been,
There's definitely been dips. And it's crazy because, like, I remember there's a couple of weeks where I was hitting, 100 or 200 door knocks a day, and I would just get nothing. But it's like, okay, well, he's hitting door knocks, the numbers are there, and then finally, like, I think 2-3 weeks later, then a lot of those started converted to contingencies and contracts and adjustments and everything. So, like the fruit of the labor was there, and then it's like, oh man, during all that week, my door knocks went a little bit down because I was busy doing other stuff. And then, oh, well, it's like 2-3 weeks later, and it's like, oh, well, no more contracts, contingencies, everything like that. So it's definitely, you have to find that fine balance of, yes, I'm getting contract contingencies. I have to be here at a specific time, do these things today, but you still need to make time to door knock. You still need to make time to get out there in the field and everything. It's number, like you said, numbers don't lie. And it's always going to be represented on that board.
Yeah, 100%. That's why, even not just those numbers are important. I think your eyes were open when we sat down one day and we went over what profit margins mean, where numbers are going, and why we have the structure we have. And then you were just like, that makes sense. Like, I need to start helping in this section because we need to figure out and make sure that we're not losing money on each job. And I think we were, for a little period there, so you guys know, we for the 3 years we worked with AccuLinks, and then we made a full transfer to Job Nimbus during winter, just hoping that maybe it was a better software. And just, what was it, 3 weeks ago, we about a month ago we decided to move back to AccuLinks because I think we just had a better understanding, and it just communicates so much better within the team. So much, it's not so chaotic. There's not so many options in AccuLinks to where you just have what you need.
Yeah.
There. And then so I think already I've been seeing the benefits of having AccuLinks again. But with that being said, I guess we'll move on to the next question. So let's move on to what's one trait people don't see at first, but it's your hidden strength in sales, inside sales.
I had to talk to you about this one because I couldn't come up with anything, but either optimism or self-sufficiency, which you gave me both of those. Optimism, like, I have a very open mind when it comes to things, and like, if you ask me if something's possible or if I think it's a good idea, I pretty much always say yes. Or at least try to make it possible. And then self-sufficiency, like we talked about before, I don't really need like a lot of training or like answers to questions. I kind of like, once you explain it once, I pretty much just understand it, or I can like put pieces together and figure it out for myself. And to go like hand in hand with that, I'm a really fast learner. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely the opposite.
yeah.
I'm a very slow learner. Once I have it, once it's there, it's there. But
Yeah.
I ask a tons of questions, like even about the most like rudimentary things.
Yeah.
I'm like, Edgar, what does this mean? What does this number mean? Why is this here? What is this? And sometimes you're like, dude, all right, let me explain.
Yeah.
And it's so for me, it's definitely, I'm definitely grateful to you guys for answering all my questions.
Yeah. And I mean, that's what we're here for as a team, to answer those questions and to work together. If we don't have an answer, we figure it out together. But yes, I think open-mindedness. So as Gracie mentioned earlier, the competitive drive that she has, and just to touch on that, at the beginning stages of roofing, so she's taken 2 tests. One of them, she did hack certification for roofing, which you can tell the audience a little bit about that. But then also I challenged her to learn more about the industry. And so another thing she did during the slow times during winter earlier, I think it was January through March, she did a full course to get her adjuster license, mostly because she wanted to know the ins and outs of the insurance world and how we can benefit and help homeowners more. So she is also a licensed adjuster, so she can basically work for any insurance company out there. She has all the requirements that she needs to, essentially work on behalf of homeowners. Now she can't do that because of conflict of interest, but she can educate us on policy, like how to approach certain situations, and just using that to our benefit. But I mean,
Gracie, I got a question for you. What can't you do?
I don't know. Nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, you just do so much for us, and like on your own, even in your personal time and free time and everything. And it's crazy, man. I've yet to meet someone other than maybe Edgar who's as driven as you are to succeed, and whatever you're doing, you're gonna make it succeed no matter what.
Thanks, Matt. But yeah, so tell us a little bit about the tests that you took and how they're benefiting you right now, and then we're gonna kind of move into the a little fun interactive segment so we can end the pod. What are we at right now, John?
We're at 40 minutes.
40 minutes, cool. We got a few more minutes. We don't want to go too crazy, but yeah, tell us a little bit about the achievement that you did with the attaining the license, the hack certification, and all that.
The hack certification just helped me learn to know the difference between like a hail hit on a shingle versus like if it was a manufacturer issue or anything like that. It was a pretty extensive course that I did pretty quickly. It just went into like the difference between class 4 and class 3 and what's a hail hit. Like I said, what's a manufacturer issue. And then also knowing like what's wind damage and how wind damage happens and kind of the next steps to take from there. So that was pretty cool. And I also think that's gonna help me a lot with the adjuster's license, just because like now like I know exactly what is damaged and what's not on a shingle or on any type of roof. And then the adjuster's license, it was more just learning about like the background of insurance and how insurance processes things and how they evaluate a claim.
Just a lot of information
So
in itself. I mean, it took you how long to go through the whole course?
I think I started in February, finished in May. So a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's super beneficial that to the team and myself. Like if I want to pursue public adjusting later on, I have that option. Um, and then like teaching you guys like how to handle insurance for certain things and reading a scope and explaining to the homeowner exactly why they have this kind of policy or why they're getting denied, or what different line items mean and things like that. So
Yeah. And we ran into quite a bit of claims earlier where insurance companies were just denying everything, even when it was obvious. I mean, right now we have one job 3 months later and they're just not wanting to pay for skylights type of situation. So it will help in the future and how to approach those conversations. I'm going to ask you a few questions real quick. What is your reaction when someone tells you something can't be done?
liar.
Fair.
That's
Elaborate a little bit on that one.
someone says it can't be done. I feel like there's definitely a way. You just have to look at it from multiple point of views or like think about it for a while. Like if I run into an issue on something that you asked me to do or just something that I want to try, like I'm not gonna sit there and just stare at the computer all day. Like I'll think about it, and it keeps me up at night, but that's fine. And then I'll figure something out.
Like looking at the ceiling.
And I try like anything that's possible before I say that it can't be done, but I don't really think I've ever run into something that like genuinely can't be done.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Matt? What is your opinion on that? When someone tells you something can't be done?
I think kind of similar to Gracie, my response is usually like, well, you're just not looking at it the right way. Like there's always a way to make something happen. Like if someone's like, I want to be a millionaire, but I can't do it. Yeah, you can. Absolutely you can. You just got to put your mind to it. You just got to work hard at it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Next one. What's one trait, or we already did that one. What's your personal scoreboard? What metrics do you watch like a hawk?
Probably my personal numbers. So how many emails I send per day to homeowners or insurance or you guys or like networking events and things like that. I also look at how many leads are in like certain dashboards in AccuLinks or Job Nimbus. Like, is it so? Like right now, Job Nimbus, I think it's like 172 in leads. But I also look at like, is it gonna stay 172 for the rest of the week, or like jobs getting moved along, and things like that, just to kind of see like where I need to pick up more slack and just communicate to homeowners more and kind of get the ball rolling on things. So it's mainly just like a numbers thing. I really like numbers. I hate math, but I like looking at numbers.
Yeah, it reminds me so much of my friend Elijah. He, I think I've told Edgar this before, but
Is he like
he's
Excel?
He's a nerd Excel dude. I love him so much. He's my brother, but yeah, every time we would play video games, we'd play a game called Apex Legends, and he would take all of our stats, put them into a spreadsheet, and then he'd be like, Matt, your accuracy of fire is down from last week. You need to pick it up, dude. And I'm like,
So he puts a number and then it just transitions into all these numbers.
Yeah, dude. And I'm like, dog, I'm just playing a game. I'm not good at this.
But
yeah, you just remind me of that. It's the same kind of mentality of like keeping track of everything. Again, numbers don't lie. So I think it's a great mindset to have.
And we have a lot of spreadsheets. We have a lot of forms. We have so much stuff that we track that it's actually insane. But it's also beneficial because if we go into one spreadsheet and we're wondering how much a job profited, we could probably figure it out in the next 5 minutes and find the job and then just have the numbers lined out. And again, I think we've progressed over time because when you guys first, especially when you first started, I think we were putting pieces together. We had no idea what we were doing. And I think for the most part, I've kind of, in my position is like, I'm not good at everything and I know that. And I think kind of like how you were saying, I can't sleep at night if something isn't done, and I'll be up. Sometimes I'll be up late because I can't sleep, and I just ding you guys on job nimbus or active links, and it's like 2 a.m, and I'm like, sorry guys. But it's just those things that I just want to be so good at what we do, and it's like, if you guys see that I'm working hard, even if it's late, I don't always do that, but there's some days where I'm like, okay, there's so much in my plate that I need to clear a little bit up so I can free my time during the day and I can focus on what I need to do.
Well, I think it shows your dedication and passion for your job in this company. Because, I mean, yeah, like when I'm laying in bed at like 10, 11 o'clock at night and I'm like trying to fall asleep, and I always have my vibrator on still, the vibrator on my phone on. And so it'll be buzz, 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 buzz. And I like look at it and I'll start reading something that you wrote in Job Nimbus or AccuLinks.
Sorry, long color was the link.
Yeah, I know. I heard it when I said it. I'm proud of myself for not laughing in the moment. But yeah, I'll like start reading it, and then it's like, oh, there's another one. Oh, another one. Oh, another one. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm dealing with that tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I gotta go to bed. But yeah, again, it just shows like you're one of the owners of the company, you know, like it just shows your passion, dedication. It's like, we need to get these things handled. We need to get them handled soon. There's no wait time.
Yeah. And again, sometimes it's just, I don't do it every day. It's maybe like once in a while, but as I told you guys, like I want us to grow, and I think we're all on the same page. I think we all know what we need to do.
Absolutely.
And if one of us is falling behind, it's not that we're just gonna let you loose and just figure it out. We're trying to route in together, and if we win, if I win, and you guys win, we all win. So, next one: if Virtuous had an internal Olympics, what event would you dominate?
Organization.
Hey,
I feel like Alex is also really organized.
cheers.
Okay, maybe communication then. I don't know. I feel like you could go both ways.
Yeah, just pick one.
Organization.
Yeah.
I'd say.
That's a good one.
I've made so many documents and everything, and like I've made like the job folder bin and organizing Job Nimbus, even though we quit Job Nimbus, things like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Matt?
You said Olympics, and so I was thinking actual like Olympic games, and I was like bench press.
No.
I got that. For me, I think it would probably be one for keeping the team motivated. I think I'd dominate that one. I can give a good motivational speech.
Yeah.
When I need to. It's learned that from football as well.
That's a good one.
I think that's one that I would dominate.
Yeah.
No one's a better hype man than me.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I think I could see that, and I feeding your team like the proper energy is very important. Organization, you would fall and drown.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What would you what would you win?
Oh boy.
Thinking about the company 24/7.
No, I don't think about it. I used to. I think now I'm finding more balance with that.
That's good.
But and I give props to you guys because you guys allow me to all three of you, even John Cootie with marketing. Cuddy. I always say his name wrong. Sorry, but
I think you dominate like talent finding.
Talent finding?
I think that's one that you would dominate at, because I mean, you saw the skills that me and Gracie both have, and you like made positions for us, because one, you refuse to let the team fail and the company fail, but also like you're just good. You have the eye for talent. So I think that's one that you would dominate in.
So I would just create a team to beat you guys. I'm messing. Yeah, I guess I'll take that one. I'll run with that one. I would say the other one is we've probably just not quitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might have you beat there.
Get out
Actually, no.
That could be closed between everybody.
Yeah,
I think we got a room with no quitters.
Yeah.
We could say like reflection. Like you look at mistakes or errors, and rather than like freaking out, you like find a way to go around it.
Yeah. Man, you guys are good. I should have just asked you guys. Let's go to behind the scenes at Virtuous. What does a day in the life look like for you?
Chaos.
chaos. That's not good.
Like organized chaos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of messages, whether it's like internally between the company or to homeowners, insurance companies, things like that. I've been working on the sales backpacks more. Finding networking events to do, responding to job messages, getting back to like Angie's leads and recalling homeowners over and over and over again until they tell me to stop calling them or I get blocked. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot. That's a lot.
A lot on your plate. For me, I mean, it all starts with the gym, man. If I don't get my workout in the morning, I am screwed up for the day. I usually come back, get my head straight, but yeah, it starts with the gym, and then I mean, from there, it's just getting in communication with my team, making sure like, hey, what's your plan for the day? Do you got anything going on? Are you gonna be with us today? All right, cool. Let me find an area for you guys, and we just head out and start hitting doors, hitting the streets. Or if they have questions or anything, or they're like, hey, Matt, can you help me with this? Then I go with there. Or if you need anything, you're like, hey, Matt, can you run and grab this or go pick this up? Then it's kind of it's a little bit spur of the moment sometimes, but I mean, that's just the job in the industry, man. That's like, I'll get calls from a homeowner. Hey, I need this, or I need you to come do this, or what, we need this. And it's like, okay, cool. Let me get with John. Let me get with Edgar. Let me get Gracie and see what we
figure out. Love it. What system or process has helped you the most?
Acculinks.
I was going to say Reach, brother. What makes Virtuous Roofing different from other companies you've seen?
I'd say yeah, we are. But I wrote my answers down, but I have management, positive feedback, and then a healthy and friendly environment. There's not really any toxicity here, which is so rare to find in a workplace. And then both you, John, and Alex are all super supportive, and rather than like lecturing us or like not doing like repercussions. Repercussions? Yeah, that word. You give us positive feedback in ways that we can improve, or you help work with us if we're struggling. Or like if we're having a bad week, rather than like taking anger out on us or like telling us that we're not doing our job and that it's our problem. You work with us and see how you can help. So I'd say that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool to hear.
Yeah.
So encouraging.
I kind of agree, especially with the positive work environment. And like, even like when we've had to have hard conversations and stuff, it's because I think when you and John first hired me, I think in the interview I told you guys, I was like, they were like, what would you ask of us as an employer? And I was like, if I'm doing something wrong, please let me know before it's a fire, like before like it goes to disaster. Because other jobs I've had, they'd sit me down and be like, hey, so we noticed this thing like 2 months ago that you were doing, and now it's a huge issue. And I'm like, well, why did you not let me know when it was an issue? Because I didn't know that, what was going on. And so I think I was like, just please make sure, like, before it becomes an issue, talk to me about it, present the issues and everything. And I think that you guys have done a fantastic job at that. And even in the hard conversations, it always ends positive. You end with like, this is what you're doing amazingly. So, keep doing that. And these are the areas you need to improve. And here's how we're going to improve it. And I think it's just, you're just great at that. You and John both.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. No, we're trying really hard to create the positive environment. And when you say toxicity, we've had a little bit of it before, and it's something that none of us wanted. And when it comes to that, I think when there's a new team member that comes, there's a certain group of people that I trust, and and because I trust your guys' like intuition and stuff like that, especially my wife Alex too, she'll tell me right off the bat. And I just take that to account, and I keep it in the back of my head, and just, I don't judge anybody. I don't, exclude somebody just because of whatever reason. I just try to make it work. And if it doesn't work, those people just see themselves out by themselves. You don't really have to do anything. But really good feedback. Thank you guys.
Absolutely.
And I guess the looking ahead, what excites you most about Virtuous Roofing's growth? And then we have 3 more questions after that, and then we'll wrap this one up. What are we at? Almost an hour?
Yeah, just about that.
Cool. Sweet, we're doing pretty good. There's a lot of good stuff on this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, looking ahead, what excites you most about Virtuous Roofing's growth for you both?
Probably watching the team grow and like from a business perspective, seeing like our goals come to like reality and like happen in real life. It's been nice that our sales team has been growing and like now there's like Matt in his position, like rather than being one of them, he's out there like pushing them to do better while also pushing himself. And then also just like you have so many goals and inspirations and you share a lot of those with me, and I think I'm just excited to see like what happens next and everything like that for the company.
I think it's kind of similar, but I think specifically with like the sales team, watching them grow and grow into their own as salespeople, like just in the few weeks that our two, new guys have been here, they've been lights out so far. And just seeing how good of a team we can build and watching, I'm just excited to see like knowing that I had a hand in leading them and developing them out in the field and everything. I think I'm so excited to see that and just see how much they succeed. That's my biggest thing. I want to see them succeed so bad, and they are, which is amazing to see. Makes my life easy, but
Yeah,
it's just, I'm just so excited for that, man. Like I love watching people succeed because it helps one fuel my own success. But also like I don't know how anyone could be upset watching another person succeeding, like it's just amazing to see.
yeah, I've seen it before. I've had a lot of haters in my roofing career, and you take it with a grain of salt. And in my position, I just pray for them, and I hope that they have a great future and a great, in whatever endeavors they're in. That's all you can do. Whether they worked with me, worked for me, I worked for them, whatever it is, I've always wished everybody the best.
Absolutely.
That's all you can do.
Exactly.
And same with our team. You wish the best for every single one. Like I wish the best for you guys, and I worked my ass off to make sure that we provide the opportunity that you guys are seeking to be here long term and not just overnight. And
I think that helps motivate us too, just seeing how much time and effort you dedicate to us and for us. It's like, I think I've told you before, it's like I don't want to disrespect that effort and your time that you've put into us, and so it keeps us going. And it's when we screw up, it's like, man, I have to be better. Like if I don't, I'm disrespecting the effort that you and John and Alex and Gracie have put into me. So
yeah, agreed. Feel mutual. Anything on that? No. Next one.
wait, no, you gotta.
Where do you see your role evolving in the next year? As an inside sales manager and as a field supervisor?
I want to get more into like the insurance side of things. Like I know that Ryan and his team, they do a lot for us insurance wise, but now that I kind of understand it more and I have a license in it. I guess I kind of want to like keep doing my job. I love what I do, but working my way into handling and helping out more in like the insurance aspect of everything. And I feel like having just an extra person be like working with insurance, I feel like that would be super beneficial, and I can like grow good connections with insurance companies and get us on their good side.
Yeah.
That's hard.
It is. Yeah. It's a hit or miss with adjusters. But yeah, what about you, Matt?
For me, I think it's something that, you've kind of brought up before, about maybe opening a new office further north. And I think I definitely want to be a part of that and helping that grow and develop as well, whether I'm running it or, I'm running the sales team over there or however it happens. I want to be a part of that. And I think that's what I'm most excited for in the future.
Yeah. And we'll make moves as they come. I think we have to strategize. We have to do what we can. I know that we're moving into Cheyenne. We like the market. We're also now licensed in Nebraska. We're gonna keep getting licenses. I have tests to take in certain places. Like I have one tomorrow, And it's just things we have to do as a team to succeed. And we just, like you said, if there's goals that we have, whether it's, yes, I want to open an office. I would say Fort Collins, Greeley, somewhere up there, to have another brick and mortar. But that's
Far enough.
when it happens. When it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna have the right people in the right places at the time. And and send it.
It's gonna be
Send
awesome,
it.
man.
If you could design the perfect teammate to join your department, what would they be like? I guess give me 3 traits that you would look for in someone to join your department. Like if we open an office up north and you were interviewing.
Say probably like they have the shoot for the stars personality. Like they don't just stop because they think that they're doing enough. Like they push themselves to go further and achieve more. Definitely organized, because I feel like organization gets you really far. You always know what's going on and things like that. And then I feel like optimism and hardworking goes with shoot with the stars. So I'm gonna say communicative. Just like always filling your team in on what's going on, filling in your homeowner, just things like that. I feel like those are like really important things to get jobs, to succeed and get completed and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would agree.
Absolutely.
Great traits.
For me, it'd probably be kind of a trait of Gracie's, but like self-sufficient. Kind of they self-motivated. They don't really need a pick-me-up every 5 minutes. They can keep it going on their own. I would say fearless too. Obviously, if you're going to be an account manager, it's tough if you're afraid to get on roofs. I've dealt with that.
Yeah.
And 3, probably just people skills. Just being able to talk with people, and being bubbly and energetic, and just knowing how to treat and talk to people.
Yeah.
That'd be my perfect teammate.
Yeah. I love it. It's good to hear because you guys already got mine. I guess we're going to end it with shout outs to the team, customers, or family. So who do you want to give a shout out to that really inspires you to work hard, to do what you do, and to pursue and just, go for it?
Edgar.
Oh,
I feel like you're just always pushing me to do more than what I'm currently doing, but like in a good way. And you're always challenging me with like things to do and more responsibilities, which I love. And you also just have a lot of trust in me that like I'm doing what I need to be doing and I'm doing as much as I possibly can, things like that. Like you don't really have to check up on me. So shout out Edgar.
thanks, Big Dude. Matt.
For me, I want to give a shout out to my best friend, Marcus Mencius. Me and him have a very similar background, and just seeing the things that he's gone through and dealt with in his life and how he's overcome them and came out on top. He's my best friend. He's my brother, and he just seeing him succeed has motivated me a lot, that I can do anything, because I've seen what he's gone through and I haven't gone through anything near as bad as he has, and what's my excuse kind of thing. So he definitely motivates me. Shout out Marcus.
Shout out to Marcus. Yeah, he's a great man. I met him at your wedding, and
Yep.
yeah, super humble guy, him and his wife. I've heard a few stories, and I think it's awesome that you have a friend like that.
Absolutely.
I would give a shout out to all of you guys. I'm gonna say John. I'm gonna say Cuddy. There we go. To my business partner, definitely give him a shout out, and to my wife, and to my daughter, just everybody that kind of is in my circle. Everything that I do it for every single one of you guys. When I work, when I have to be somewhere, the responsibility of just knowing that you guys trust me is a lot of weight on my shoulders. And so I want to perform, and I want to be the best example that I can be for every single one of you guys. And just being a good, I guess, role model in that sense, to be able to say I work just as hard, but I'm going to work just a little bit harder, or even harder, because I have a lot of responsibility, but at the same time, it's like, I want you guys to be able to know that we're mutually working hard together. And then what's your motto you live by at work, Gracie?
I printed it out. Well, you guys first.
Dreams don't work unless you do.
There you go, guys. If you guys need a little encouragement, that is your encouragement. Matt?
For me, I mean, I've said it on all the both podcasts that I've been on here. It's no one's coming to save you. You got to pick yourself up sometimes, most of the time, all the time.
Yeah.
And it's no one's coming to save you. You got to put yourself up sometimes and just put in that effort and have that work ethic and determination to make it out of whatever tough situation you're in.
Yeah. Awesome.
What's yours?
Mine? I would say... Oh, that's a good one.
Viva la Virtuous.
Viva la Virtuous. No, I would say... Man, that's a tough one. I'm trying to think.
You came up with a question.
I did. But I wasn't thinking like of my terms. I think for me is just always seeking perfection, and why I try so hard to communicate that with you guys, because I know I can't be perfect by myself. Through one customer has to go through such a different amount of steps that I want it to be perfect. And so when we don't hit the mark of perfection, I feel like we're not perfect ever. And some homeowners are like, I would say most of the homeowners are happy. Everybody's content. We're very, on top of it. But I always feel like we could do better.
Yeah.
And so just not being, I guess, mediocre and being a person of integrity is something to live by. And so I would say my motto would be is don't be mediocre and have integrity.
Absolutely.
And work your ass off if you're trying to achieve something. But with that being said, do you guys have anything else, Gracie? You ready to DJ over here?
Oh, it's with these headphones.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining. You guys got to hear a little bit about Gracie, her background, everything that she does for the company. Matt Martinez,
Go Broncos.
our most recent, he's been on more podcasts than normal. Today, my business partner John was sick, so he wasn't able to make it. But thank you guys for coming on, Gracie. I know it was a little bit of a far-fetched, but you made it happen. You got on a podcast, and we appreciate you. We appreciate all the information and the background into your life and why you do what you do. And shout out to our videographer. I'll let you say it. John, thank you so much for what you do. And if you guys need anything from us, reach out to Virtuous Roofing. We'd love to help you guys out. And then we'll stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see who we have on.
Absolutely.
Peace.
So, yeah.
See you guys.
See ya.